Alright guys, welcome back to Building My Own Punch-Out Arcade Part 2. If you guys haven't checked out Part 1 of this video, I go into the cabinet itself, where I purchased it from, the buttons I used, everything that went into this cabinet, and of course, you see right now what it actually looks like. I was able to pick up this unit from Game Room Solutions. The artwork came with it as well. You just pretty much tell them what you want and they do it for you. Actually was able to put up a faux coin deal where the buttons light up. You could see the 21.5-inch monitor that went into this thing, the button layout that it comes with. I'm able to choose what buttons I actually went with. I actually went with some Lorenzo buttons. Everything's Lorenzo. I actually picked up the punch-out knockout button from Mike's Arcade, and we'll go into that a little bit further. But like I said, if you haven't checked out Part 1 of this video, check it out because there's a lot of great info if you're looking to build your own cabinet, guys. Alright guys, so bear with me as I'm filming this with one hand, and I'm going to go through it with my other hand. So I wanted to go over a little bit of the buttons and the speaker layout. Of course, you actually can choose where the speaker goes from Game Room Solutions or not. It is a one speaker unit, guys, so be careful if you do order a unit from them. The cutout only supports one speaker, although I guess you could do another cutout if you really wanted a second speaker. But regardless, like I said, I went with IL buttons, picked up a 2-inch trackball, and of course, like I said, the knockout button I got from Mike's Arcade. I had to put it at the player 2 start only for the fact that I didn't feel comfortable putting it anywhere else on this control deck. It is a very, very small control deck, guys. If you do order a unit from them, this Nintendo unit, be careful because this thing is very small. Like I said in the last video, I went with the orange and blue buttons. The original Punch-Out I've seen with both black, either an orange and a red, or 2 oranges. That's the unit I had when I was growing up, so I decided to do that. And of course, I had to add a third button just for some of the games that weren't, Punch-Out related stuff. I had needed to add that as well. So, as a player 1 start and a coin button as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and fire this bad boy up for you guys and show you guys what it actually looks like. It actually is running a 3B plus Mr. Burns 800 vertical games. And if you guys, I did a video years ago showing you how to install that image, guys. If you're interested in doing it, just scroll back or go into the playlist. There is an arcade playlist for you guys to check out. So that is the monitor itself, guys, loading up. Like I said, it's running a 3B plus Mr. Burns 800 vertical image. There's about 800 games on this thing. I really do not play all 800. I play the classics, the things that I love. The only thing I say, if you guys buy this cabinet, it's on like the second level for the tilt of the monitor. If I had a choice to do it again, I'd probably bring it up one more notch so it's at the full thing. Because you can still see a little bit in the back because it's not fully tilted totally straight. But whenever you're playing video games, you don't really want to play them, totally straightforward or straight screen. You want it to be a little tilted back. So outside of that, I think it looks pretty good. I'm going to try to talk over the noise. As you can see, I'm going to turn off the lights a bit so you can kind of see the marquee. There you go. So again, this is running Mr. Burns. I always have it loaded up on my favorites because that's mostly what I play. You can see the nice arcade splash screen that goes up. So as you can see, the last plate is, of course, Punch-Out. Now, a lot of you guys like to use like what's it called, a track mode. I do not. I'm not a fan of a track mode, only for the fact that on the Mr. Burns image, I'm not a fan of the way it looks. I like actually going through and seeing the list of games that I can go ahead and play. So it really works for me. Aside from that, you can see my last play were Punch-Out, Donkey Kong, Galaga, Commando, Pac-Man Plus, Burger Time, all the classics, right? That's what I'm really looking to play. Of course, you can always scroll like anything from RetroPie, regular mode, arcade, all games. I mostly stick to my favorites because that's really what I'm looking to play. So of course I will jump into the Punch-Out because that's what we're here for, right? It's a Punch-Out cabinet. So I decided to go with forward being the blue button because that makes a lot of sense. It's the only different colored button. So we're going to jump into the game. Usually doesn't make that sound, but so we'll hit the coin button, and the coin button, believe it or not, is is the coin button down below. So instead of putting in a new, you know, coin, you just press it. You set your initials like always, guys. This actually plays great. I'm really not going to play right now because I can only play with one hand. But if you see some of the glare, some of the color things on video, it's not there in real life. It's just because of the you know, the monitor and video, stuff like that. But it actually plays great. A lot better at this game, but like I said, with one hand, sticks and fighting. I'm going to try to get to knockout button so I can show you guys how that works. If you guys haven't checked out my part 1 of this video, I had to kind of... Oh, I might not even make it there with one hand, guys. I had to like rig that button a little bit because it was too big and too bulky to fit into the small deck. It was too long as well. Oh, of course. And I went to do it and I got hit. So he went down. I'm going to exit out of this game, guys, only for the fact that you can kind of see how it looks. And like any Raspberry Pi, it's 2 buttons to get out of there. And I just made it the top button that says coin, but really it's not a coin, and the player 1 start. I actually got away with, like I said, using this to be my coin buttons, which is really great. It really is a nice add to any, you know, home arcade having a coin button, dedicated coin button, like actual, you know, coin slot. I got this from 530 Retro on Etsy. He actually, Larry Griffith on the Facebook groups. If you guys haven't checked him out, check him out because he has a lot of great products. I'm gonna show you guys on my Big Blue. I got one of his Capcom ones and it works just the same. Really great. So with that said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this mod. It was really a big thing for me to do this thing because I was a big Punch-Out fan growing up, one of my favorite arcade games, and I want a dedicated Punch-Out cab. To be honest, I don't think the arcade one-ups do. You have to have a Nintendo-style cabinet to do this, and that's what Game Room Solutions provides. There were a few hiccups. Like I said, if you haven't watched part 1 of that video, go ahead and do it because there are some things you really need to know going into this thing, okay? But that's it. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys inside the control panel. You can see, you know, I have a genuine Sanwa joystick, which feels okay. Anyone who's used one before knows how they feel. The one great thing, the trackball that I add with the Mr. Burns 801 image, I did not have to set or like hook it up. All you do is plug and just play. It was already hooked up. It works, no issue. I didn't have to set it up. Didn't do anything. Like I said, IL buttons and of course my knockout button that I got from Mike's Arcade. As you can see, this is how I had to rig it up. Not the greatest of setups, but it does work, is functional, works 100% fine, and it looks great, and that's the most important thing. Looks and plays like a regular Punch-Out arcade. So, any question, guys, hit me up. I know I had a couple of guys ask me a few questions through the part 1 of this video. My contact info is always in the description of every video. So, like I said, subscribe to my channel if you're not a current subscriber. Tap that like button for me, and of course any comments down below are greatly appreciated. With that said, this is Lawrence over at Mighty Comics and Collectibles saying thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon.